Kazagawa, like what I would say though, in regards to Arsenal, is that although you can be excited with the progression and like you've won the games that on the basis of it, you'd all, as an Arsenal fan yourself, you'd always look at that and be like, we should be winning these games. We should be winning these games. So I can't look at that and be like, there's like outstanding progression. You're just doing better than you did last season. Now, question is, when you come up against the likes of a Tottenham, a United, a Liverpool, a City, how well do you fare against these teams? Because that's going to be the difference. Because as people have alluded to, even in the chat as well, is once you go and have a couple injuries, and Partey's not available, and you're playing El Neni there instead, and Zinchenko's got to come into midfield, then you're going to go and see how well you cope coming up against the big boys in the league. Because right now you don't know where you lie. If you come up against City and then lose, and then you go on a bad run, then we'll be back on this show looking at it and saying Arsenal are the same old Arsenal. So although there is progression, we have to still take it a bit lightly, because you haven't come up against anyone that's really tested Arsenal.
Let me say this. I agree with you. We haven't played anybody who's in the top six, the original top six yet, and we're going to face them soon. But right now, the way that my team's playing and the confidence that they're exuding and how they're performing on the pitch, I think if we played against Liverpool or City, it would be a much closer game.
That's why I hear that. I hear that as well. Be excited, because right now you're in the form where you should be excited. Yes, your quality of opposition has been great, but be excited, because that will help your players. Because as we all know, is that now our players are looking at what we say online. So if all of you are positive, that will help you. However, I do have a fear that, well, I personally, I really hope it does happen, but not even coming from oh, I really want this to happen. I look at Arsenal and I just sit there and go like, they've still got shades of old Arsenal. And I think when it comes to it, it'll be between.
It's not because they would have lost to Fulham.
I'll just interject for a minute. I'll just interject. I'm sorry to look. I look at it this way. Firstly, there's two separate conversations here. The over celebrating, for me, the media is upset that the Arsenal gravy train, for the time being at least, is over. They are not making money through Arsenal being bad. Arsenal getting beat 13, 14, 15, 16 times a season in all competitions. Arsenal coming 8th. Arteta out trending. Robbie, I'm getting the banners out. That's all gone. And the mainstream media knows that a cash cow has walked away. Angry fans always generate more clicks because everybody likes to pile on top. How many people, when Arsenal are winning, how many times have you seen people tweet the words AFTV and chill in the last 3 or 4 weeks? No one. It's no disrespect. AFTV, great channel. But we all know, and I know this for a fact, I spoke to somebody at Sky a couple of years ago at the Football Content Awards. They literally said because of what fan channels were doing, the way Sky BT started operating, the kind of content they were making, how they were talking about things they copied. You're seeing now all these big companies that have just had massive Insta accounts for years, launching their YouTube channels and paying big money to good level content creators go, can you guys just recreate what those fan channels have done? Because they know that's what people want to see. So Arsenal being good is damaging loads of businesses. So what you're getting is these same outlets saying, right, let's slag off them over celebrating. Let's say they're overhyping their team because that way they're creating the controversy around Arsenal. It's a very clear and simple tactic for me. But Arsenal Football Club have been sensational this year, whether people like it or not. Yes, there's still holes. Yes, there's still areas to make better. But they've still got one of the youngest teams in the league. And that's why you should be, as Chelsea fans, Spurs fans, Liverpool City, there should be an air of fear, depending on where you are in the pyramid right now. But you should be looking, this is a serious Arsenal team. They still need to add more.
I don't fear this Arsenal team. I respect what they're doing. No, not at all. I respect what they're doing. I know they've got better, but I don't fear them. I don't look at Arsenal and be like, oh my God, I'm scared to play them. Or, oh my God.
Okay, so I'm not talking about scared to play them. I'm talking about, when I say fearful of this, well, okay, fearful might be a better word than scared. Scared's a little bit like a kid hiding under their bed. Fearful of the fact that this Arsenal team is legit. This Arsenal team this year will start beating more top 6 sides. They will brush aside more of the smaller clubs and the lesser teams. And especially if they add a player or two more in the remainder of this window, they're going to get better and better and better. Arteta becomes a better manager every game he plays. The squad is getting older and more mature. And people should be fearful of that because Arsenal have been this team, in my opinion, over the past 4 or 5 years, especially as a top, even when Man United have been crap, generally I've gone into Arsenal games going, we've got a chance in this. I know Chelsea have felt that way. Spurs have felt that way. Liverpool and City have looked at Arsenal as a guaranteed 6 points a season for a long time. For me, that's over now. So the media's gravy train is over. They're not making that kind of money out of Arsenal anymore for the sort of the angry fan element. And from a league point of view, Arsenal are no longer a walk in the park. It was only the beginning of last season that clubs like Leicester, Brighton, Aston Villa, they honestly felt like they'd taken Arsenal over. They thought we are now in front of Arsenal. And look, it pains me to say it as a Man United fan. Plus, the Football Terrace done some good business on Arsenal's failings. We did. We did some good business. Come outside, Tottenham fans. We did some really good business. But it's over
Terry,
now.
What I will say, Terry,
they're back.
Let's hold on a bit. And only 4 games in, the Arsenal haven't done anything yet. They haven't got back into the top 4. Let's wait and see. Yes, I get what you're saying, and the signs are there, but they haven't done anything. As well as they've played now, they can also fall off. It's not that.
I was going to say the same thing as well, because up to this point, there's no evidence to suggest that they're going to go and, do you know what I mean, be closer to City or be closer to Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Be a Tottenham, especially when the pressure's hot, especially when it's a 6 point and when the difference is between getting top 4, being third and being fourth. Because right now it's easy. It's the beginning of the league. There's no pressure on teams really. Arsenal can play their games. They're playing all the teams that they should be. If they didn't beat them, we'd be piling on them. Like you said, Terry, if they come up against City and lost against City, there'd be some banter, but we wouldn't be surprised at it. We wouldn't be like, oh my God, Arsenal, they've had a blunder here. They're beating the teams that they've got to beat. Now we'll see. Do you know what I mean? By January time, by the midway point of the season, I think that's the time to then assess an Arsenal and see, are they the real deal? Are they legit? Because as I said, injuries after the World Cup, all of that, when things start to get like Higgy and all rickety-rocky, then we'll see where Arsenal are at. We can't just judge them on 5 games. I think that's mad.
And you know what I was gonna say? It's almost like people want Arsenal fans or want people to go out and say, "Oh, we're in a title race," or "Oh, we're doing this," or "Oh, we're doing that," so they can laugh when we first drop points. We're gonna drop points. We're gonna lose a game. Everyone loses games.
Well, you play Man United this week. So yeah, I hear you. But on a real one though. But this is why I said I'm very careful with my words when it comes to Arsenal. When I've said title challenge, I've said you will become a title challenging team over the course of this year. Whether it's this year or next season, you are heading towards that.